Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Yes! That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the GOAT! He's the GOAT! Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny, by God, Omega has done it again. Yet another banger of a main event match against El Hijo Del Vikingo and his debut match on Dynamite all week. These Twitter, these haters, these miserable termites on these social medias, these interweb websites. Oh my God, this match. It's just gonna be another flippity-dippity doodah of a match. Oh, back in my day, we had this thing called psychology and selling. And Kenny Omega could not sell water if he fell out of a boat. People talking about who is El Hijo? Who is El Hijo? WWE would tell us who he is with 10,000 video packages. They would give us a 3-month build. My goodness, Kenny Omega and El Hijo? How is this a dream match? How? I don't get it. By the end of this pay-per-view, felt like one. By the end of this episode, I want to see where the haters sit now. You know what? They're probably still hating on it. They're probably finding a reason to say what you just saw was not a good match. The Jim Cornettes, the Mark Maddens, the Disco Infernos, those people who can't get out of the past and they can't realize that this match, my friends, is the now. What you just saw is where wrestling should be. Where it's headed and where it should be. That match with El Hijo Del Vikingo, and Kenny Omega was easily one of the best main events I've seen on television, on national television, in a long time. And you know something? I already knew it was going to be awesome. And it still exceeded my expectations. You knew the moment this match was announced and they called it a dream match, you already knew it was going to be a banger. So all the haters out there flaming away on their keyboards of doom, finding a way to hate on it, again, that's what you do. I'm not trying to sit here and tell you that you should like it. I understand that type of match is not your style. Although I will say, I love that Kenny Omega managed to make it more Americanized. Because Vikingo slowed down a lot. He slowed down a little bit. He still hit he still hit his shit, that's for sure. But you can tell the match was a little bit slower than usual. Because Kenny slowed it down for the American audience. And because of that, it was even more impactful. Imagine if they went full speed with it, though. I kind of want to see it again, but this time, make it full speed. Make it PWG style. Go all the way crazy. But can't get too crazy now. What they did tonight, everything from that crazy dragon, it was a dragon rana off the top rope, but Kenny was facing a different direction. Like, it's hard for me to even explain it. He had multiple Dragon Ranas, though. It was amazing. But the highlight of the night, the highlight for me, was that running 630 out of the ring through a table. When he hit that, I said, let's go home. Let's go home! I said, man, wrap it up. Wrap this up. Give this a 5-star so we can go home. God damn. It didn't matter what they did. After that 630, I was done. I was like, okay, 5-star match. We're done. We're done. It was incredible. Incredible. An absolute banger of a main event. One of the best ones out there. Is going down as one of Dynamite's greatest matches of all time. You can say what you want about the build. You can say what you want about not knowing who El Hijo Del Vikingo. I might mess with that a little bit. Might turn it into an operatic kind of announcement. El Hijo Del Vikingo. Hey, El Hijo. I like that. Man, say what you want. When I came out of that show tonight, I said, it don't matter what anyone has to say. I know deep down in my heart, what my eyes saw, that was one of the best main events that Dynamite has ever done, and that's going down in history as one of the best matches I've seen on television. That match was too good for television. Really should have built it to a main event at a pay-per-view or something like that, but you know what? Thank you, Tony Khan. AEW continues to be the place, the premier place for professional wrestling, and it's not even close. Say what you want about storytelling, say what you want about characters, say what you want about every other aspect about wrestling. When it comes to in-ring performance, AEW is number one. And that was proven tonight. So we're going to talk about Dynamite. I thought Dynamite overall was an amazing show. Amazing. Great storytelling from top to bottom. Seriously. Lots of great segments to build into stories, to develop characters. I personally thought it was one of their best shows, one of the better shows this year. Because Tony is finally bringing back storytelling. He got away from it. I don't know why. But recently, since we've been lighting the fire under his ass, he decided, all right, well, let me bring back my storytelling skills. And we're seeing it tonight. I love it. I think it's great. And we're going to talk about other things. We're going to talk about a teaser from Mr. Dax Harwood talking about a certain straight-edge individual. And a report from Fightful Select. Well, actually, not even a report, but a recap of what Tony Khan told an interviewer, and a podcast he did about Goldberg. Long story short, he's keeping an eye on Goldberg. Well, I hope that eye isn't a contract and he's just looking. He's just window shopping. Don't you do it. Don't do it, Tony. Don't do it. AEW, you're next. Please don't be next. And then we'll get to Dynamite. So let's pay these bills. Let's get to where everyone wants me to talk about, which is the main event. But before all that, we got sponsorships. We got to talk to the audience, say hello, do some shout outs, and all that jazz. And of course, the plugs, which I'm about to do right now. So if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership, click that join button, and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at Just Alex Central. Give me a follow on Instagram. Give me a follow on Spotify, and give me a follow on TikTok. For I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and your super chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and please Get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Get you an old school Deluxe t-shirt. Get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt. But most importantly, get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. America, the remix. The remix. T-shirt made by It's J Knox and Firestar Heart. All this down below in the description box. And today's sponsor is Surfshark. If you're ever scared surfing through the web that you're going to get your identity stolen, maybe you're going to get hit by a malware attack, you don't want to be looking over to your left. You don't want to be looking over to your right. You want to be able to surf feeling protected from any attack. And that's why nowadays it is good to have a VPN. And today's sponsor is Surfshark. They are here to protect you while you surf the interwebs, but also give you access to other countries, perhaps Netflix, HBO Max, and get access to other movies that you can't access here. A little something to check out. So how's about we get a quick word from that sponsor? And then, of course, we'll get to some shoutouts. Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. When you're doing business on the web, having a VPN is almost essential, and many agree there's no better service than Surfshark. Let me tell you why. Surfshark provides you 24/7 protection from hackers, data leaks, malware, and even allows you free access to movie streaming services in different countries. I personally appreciate Surfshark's ability to block all malware websites and scan all downloads for potential viruses. You just never know what could impact your online experience, and navigating has become a lot more safer because of this service. So today, if you visit the link surfshark.deals/justalex and use the promo code JustAlex, you not only get 83% off your monthly payments, but you'll get an extra 3 months for free. This is a massive deal that many of you should take up while it's here. So don't wait, feel safe, get protected by Surfshark today. Alright, thank you all so much for joining me here. As you guys know, it is imperative to like the video because the more likes I have, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. I thought this was an excellent show for Dynamite. So I don't want to waste too much time with the shoutouts. I do want to get to all the stories so we can get to the meat and potatoes. So show some love to the moderators: Ultra, Shadow97, Firestar Heart, Elias Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Big MGM, and of course, Khalil does everything. Everything. They help keep us a safe space for wrestling fans like you and me. Let's give the shout outs a go. Thank you to the following people for being here: the Tribal Chief, Juan Orozco, GenX6887, Dossie, Chatum, Randy the freaking Ram. Where have you been, sir? Dynamite with back-to-back bangers. I agree. Sean Fields, Anthony White, Terror in his house, Monaco 42, Jamarcus Williams, MJB. With the disappointment of the BCC behind the attack, I could really get behind Don Callis driving an edge, a wedge within the elite. Great storytelling. How do you know it was the BCC that attacked him though? Are you sure the BCC attacked the elite? We didn't get confirmation of that, did we? Raish Capper, JJ, Wrestle Spider, Wrestle Spider, Wrestle Spider, hey, Wrestle Spider, remix, Wrestle Spider. I don't know what I was going for there. Next thing you know, I was gonna go for some reggaeton or something. Wrestle Spider, Wrestle Spider. We're gonna remix it up a little bit more. John Bill II, Mr. Gonzalez 09. I think I see Robert Brown, from Browntown, Mr. Robert Brown, the Cerebral Assassin Christopher Carter, Richard Robles. AEW's ratings will drop again. We got a hater in the chat. We got a hater. Why you hating, sir? Phantasmo, the Powerbomb Project. And last but not least, let's give it to, I guess I'm going to give it to Ashley Greer Crowder. There we go. Thank y'all so much for making me a part of your day. You could be anywhere. You chose just Alyx, because you know this will always be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. So enough of the preliminary stuff. Let's talk some wrestling. So, Dax Harwood. Dax Harwood did another podcast discussing CM Punk. And in this particular episode, he basically reiterated what he already said. He's hoping that CM Punk, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks can work it out. They gotta work it out and do what's best for the company. But there was an interesting tidbit that he said during this podcast that I do want to talk about, because Dax Harwood told us that in his recent conversations, because he talks to CM Punk all the time, Punk has said he is breeding some, Steve Kieran's book, He's been reading some book that made him miss wrestling. He's reading it every day, and for him, it feels more and more like the bug is coming back more and more. So, CM Punk was on Instagram. On his Instagram, he responded to this very post. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to go check out this post. Now, it's not on Instagram. I'm going to check out a photocopy of it on the Twitter. The Twitter or the Twitter? I'm going to go with Twitter. And here you go. So that's what we got done saying. Dax Harwood tells FightfulSelect.com that in his recent conversations with CM Punk, Punk has said reading Steve Kieran's book has made him miss wrestling. And look at what Punk had to say to that. Great story about Gator and Coco fighting in the locker room. And then Lawler, but Lawler drags him in the office the next day and they squash it. Fascinating. Yes, that is fascinating. Interesting how people can, have a fight in the locker room and then they squash it. Interesting. So, more and more, CM Punk continues to tease that he's either on his way back or he actually might already be back and we don't know about it. Because last I checked, it's coming up close to his return date. He's supposed to be returning any month now. It's supposed to be sometime in April or May. He's supposed to be back. So I'm thinking we might have already started his return and we don't know about it. We'll talk about that when we get to the review. But before we get to any of that, we got to talk about something. We got to talk about is AEW next for Bill Goldberg? Well, Tony Khan, if he has anything to say about it, might have just told us that's a possibility. So I'm going to read this report from Fightful Select. Tony Khan says he is paying close attention to Bill Goldberg's free agency. Tony Khan was asked about AEW's potential interest in Goldberg. Now that he's reportedly a free agent on the, Bet Las Vegas podcast. Here's what Tony had to say. I have a lot of respect for Bill. I think Bill is a great professional athlete and has had a great career in professional wrestling and is a very nice person. He actually has a lot of ties around the Jacksonville community. His family is from Jacksonville, and they've done so much great work in the community. There is a great hospital. What is it called? The Wolfson Children's Hospital. All right. And Bill is related to the Wolfson family. Is it Wolfson or Wolfson? Whatever. They have done so much great work in the community, and that's partially how I've gotten to know Bill. He's a household name in professional wrestling, and certainly that's interesting to hear that he is a free agent. It's something to follow, and he's one of the biggest names in wrestling, and certainly will be something else to keep an eye on for us. Tony, my dude, listen to me. I understand that you need a kick in viewership right now. I am 1000% in agreement with you on that. Do not resort to the Vince McMahon tactic of bringing in legends just to pop a rating. Because those people that you bring back, those people that you bring in using the legends, they won't stay. Understand this, Goldberg, the only thing that I've known Goldberg to do, that I've known Goldberg to be used for that is remotely interesting, is having him come in and squash bitches. Squash poor, unfortunate souls in like 6 seconds or 90 seconds. That's what Goldberg does, man. That's Goldberg. I don't want to see that in AEW. I don't want to see him come in and squash even QT Marshall. I don't want to. Who wants to see that? Look, AEW is doing just fine without Goldberg. Do not make the mistake of burying your roster just so Goldberg can come in and have one more good run. We've already seen it. I don't want to see it no more. I don't. And some of you could be absolutely right. This man could come in and do good numbers for AEW. But would it be worth it? If the trade-off is the roster, it's the credibility of the AEW roster. I don't think it's right. I just don't. But I will say this. This is what I will say. Because so far, AEW's track record with the legends, Sting in particular, has been amazing. Every legend that has come to work for AEW feels like a legend. They feel important. They are treated with respect. They are honored. And they do great things. They do great stuff for the company. So, if they're going to bring in Goldberg to help elevate the roster, do something with him where he elevates the people around him. I don't know what that thing is. Okay, you know what? Let's see what they do with him. But if they're going to bring him in just to squash people, fat no for me. I'm over it. I'm not here to see Goldberg run through the roster and be a world champion. We're past that now. We're past that. If you're going to bring him in, have him do something that elevates the roster. I'm not even for him coming in to lose to people. He doesn't need to do this shit no more. It's over with. Let's move on. That's just my opinion, okay? I'm not trying to tell you that you have to hate it. I just don't think it's necessary. And I don't see any good thing coming out of this. That's just my personal opinion. We will see. Oh, give me your thoughts. Like, how y'all feel about Goldberg potentially coming to AEW? Because I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. All right. Dynamite. Dynamite. Ladies and gentlemen, March 22nd, 2023. Excellent crowd. Love the audience. Where were they? Were they in Independence, Missouri? Oh, Independence, Missouri. All right. Says Cable Dahmer Arena. Cable Dahmer Arena. Well, y'all are hot tonight. Great crowd. We should go back to you because you helped the show feel important. I'm going top to bottom. Top to bottom. We opened up with Orange Cassidy because Orange Cassidy is always always a great ratings draw. So far, every time Orange Cassidy has opened the show, they always start high. Every single time they open the show with Orange Cassidy, they always start on a high rating. Never fails. Never fails. So I'm expecting the same thing here. Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, and Sting defeated The Blade, The Butcher, and Kip Sabian. Fun match. Good way to open the show because the crowd loved it. And then we got Ass Boys. It's them Ass Boys. Bum, bum. Yeah, it's them Ass Boys. Bum, bum. Aston and Colton gone. Did I say gone? Like Gone with the Wind? Austin and Colton Gunn. Did I say Ashton? Austin and Colton Gunn taking on Top Flight, Dante and Darius Martin. Match was good, very fun match. And I love that the Ass Boys won with a rendition or like a remake of the Shatter Machine. It's really crazy. What do they call it, by the way? What did they call it? It was a great move. It's like 3D, but instead of a cutter or a code breaker, it's I think an STO. I like it. It looks pretty dope. So, they win the match. Post-match, here's a big talking point. FTR come out. FTR challenge the Ass Boys for those tag team titles. Them Ass Boys said no. And then they said, all right. Tell you what. If you accept our challenge and you beat us, we will never fight for those titles again. No. All right. If you accept those titles and beat us, we'll break up. No. And that's when Dax Harwood got on the microphone. And he said, fine. If you accept our challenge for those tag team titles and we lose, we will quit AEW. And the Ass Boys said, you got yourself a deal. Now, the moment this happened, Twitter blew up. Oh my God, the reports a while ago said that Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, their contracts are coming up. They could be going to WWE. And this is it. This is their farewell match. They're going out, putting over the Ass Boys. Oh my God. That's it. They're going to WWE. Triple H just snagged up a new set of tag teams. And then you got those saying, well, this just proves it. They're putting their career on the line? They wouldn't do that if they already signed. I knew they resigned. I was certain they resigned. I mean, come on. Why would they tell the world that they would quit AEW? Why would they do that? Why would AEW advertise the fact that they're leaving the company? That just puts over WWE. They're clearly resigned. So, I'm going to be real with you. This is the first time where I am completely uncertain. I am completely uncertain with the storyline. I have no idea what's happening. Quite frankly, this could end up being FTR's final match in AEW. And it could also be a storyline where they're just trying to use this to get people invested and be into the match. And when they win those tag team titles, it's going to be a huge moment. Because we don't know. We do not know if they're staying or leaving. No one knows. No report has anything on it. If they do, they're keeping it secret on purpose. I don't know. Sounds like to me that we won't know until the match. Which makes me think, well, they did say their contracts are expiring in April. Because Double or Nothing is in May. So, I'm thinking we do this tag match sometime this upcoming month. and we'll find out. But, man, I don't know. My heart says they resigned, but I know better. I'm not going to fall for this trap again. This is what I'm going to say. I think this is great for the storyline. Their match against the Guns, I'm going to be so invested in that match. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to be so invested in that match because I want them to stay. I want them to stay. Will they stay? No one knows. No one knows but Dax and Cash and Tony. Maybe it's a case where they're keeping it open like this because they still don't know if they're staying or leaving. And we'll find out the day of the match. In my personal opinion, I think it's really best that they stay because no one knows what WWE is going to look like in a month or two. Because WWE is going to be sold. And when it's sold, who knows what might happen? Who knows? Because I don't. Do you? So that uncertainty should be a good reason for them to resign. Short-term contracts, whatever. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. They could leave. By all means. I can see them thinking about going back to WWE. Simply to say, hey, we were given a horrible shake the first time around. We want to get it right this time. We'll see, man. We'll see. I feel like with FTR or the Revival, whichever one they're going to go by the end of all this, I think if it was up to me, and it's not, it's up to them. And for the record, wherever they go, I'm going to support them. Wherever Dax and Cash go, I'm going to always be a fan of theirs. Let me just say that first. But if it was up to me, I would have them resign. Resign with AEW. There's so much left for them to do. There's still a lot for them to do here. What do y'all think? Y'all let me know. I also think CM Punk is going to play a huge role in whether they stay or leave. If Punk is staying, they're resigning. They're not going nowhere. And I think because Punk is heavily teasing, and I mean heavily teasing, a return, I have a feeling that we're leaning towards them staying. So, who knows? Hopefully things turn out for the better. What do y'all think? FTR staying? Or are they leaving? Alright, let's continue with the rest of the review. Huge talking point. Hook absolutely destroyed Stokely Hathaway. Crazy comedy squash match. Stokely in there talking about some, hey, unfortunately, I am not cleared to wrestle, and coincidentally, I'm retiring tonight. See ya, bitch. And Hook said, where the fuck you going? Whooped some ass. Threw him here, threw him there. Put him through some type of barricade. And then hooked him in the red room. And beat him 1, 2, 3. Well, made him tap out or pass out. He didn't pin him in the submission hold. That didn't make any sense. He passed him out in the red room. Great comedy match. And then we got Adam Cole, baby! By the way, I think we saw Tech 9 in the front row. Tech 9 was there, right? Tech 9 was in the front row. Oh, shit. But Adam Cole, baby! Came out and basically was going to tell us who is fighting him next week. Because he's never been more ready to get back to doing what he loves to do. And he's interrupted by Red Death, the Dragon Slayer, Daniel Garcia. Wow. Daniel Garcia versus Adam Cole. That's a hell of a match. He asks who's ready for story time, and he says he's been ready because he's become a real veteran, a locker room leader. And in that capacity, he thought it was his duty to come out and not just welcome back Adam Cole, but to put him in his place. While Cole was at home playing video games, Garcia beat Brody King, Ricky Starks, and Brian Danielson. He has main evented more AEW programming over the past year than anyone else on this roster. He's the lifeblood of this company, and Cole wants him to be welcomed back. He wants Daniel Garcia to welcome him back. Daniel continues saying he's proven he's one of the best professional caught himself. Let me pause this real quickly. I was very upset that Tony dropped this storyline last year. The whole You're a Wrestler storytelling with him and Bryan Danielson, that was red hot. And Daniel Garcia, for a short period of time, was one of the hottest stars on those shows. Then they just dropped the story. Him doing this resurrected the whole You're a Wrestler. You're a Wrestler. But he stopped himself and said, sports entertainer on the planet today. And if that's what he is, what makes Adam Cole so special? And then Cole just roasted him. He says, when the bell rings, that makes him special. He likes Garcia and thinks he could be a guy someday, but the Jericho Appreciation Society has made him overconfident. And then Adam says he's a multiple-time world champion in different promotions. And next week, he's going to feel the boom. Boom, 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 boom. You know it's all about the... So, I missed this part, so we're going to talk about it. We opened up the show, actually, with an off-screen attack. We opened up the show with the Young Bucks being carted off in an ambulance. And we're like, oh, who did it? Who did it? Probably BCC, but who did it? Who done it? And then we see Hangman Page right off in the ambulance with them. Kenny Omega stayed behind. Now, that was a crazy opening, and let me tell you why that was a crazy opening. We're going to go back to Twitter real quickly, because I want to show y'all something, if you guys don't mind. So, when we go back to the Twitter, I'm going to pull up a photo, and I want you to look at this very, very carefully. So, if we go here, we see this truck. See that truck right there? That's the AEW truck. Malachi Black, the Young Bucks, CM Punk, and Jay Cargill, right? Right? And you're thinking, okay, why are you showing me that photo? Well, if we go to this picture of Kenny Omega in that segment, look whose face is being covered up. Notice anything missing? One of these things is not like the other. Very odd. Very, very odd that we're covering CM Punk's face up. Now, I'm not going to look too deep into that, but I saw that and I went, why are y'all covering his face up? That's weird. What do y'all think? Let the speculation begin. Why are they covering his face up for? I'm just serious. Like, why are they covering his face up? I'll tell you exactly why they're covering his face up at the end of the show. But what do y'all think? I want to hear your thoughts. Backstage, we see Kenny Omega upset, distraught about the Young Bucks being taken out. And then we see Don Callis telling him, the god of professional wrestling is back. You don't need the Young Bucks. They're going to be gone for a couple months. We are back to you being a singles competitor because this is what you do. You are the best of the best of the best of the best of the best. Paul, say something stupid. Oh, that was such a great promo by Brock. I don't care what y'all say. I still remember. Who remembers that promo? That was good. But yeah, Kenny Omega is basically being conned by Don Callis doing what he does. We'll get to that in a second. Jon Moxley took on Stu Grayson and beat him with an avalanche Death Rider. And check this out. Jon Moxley didn't bleed. What? Jon Moxley didn't bleed? No bleeding? No blood? Is he okay? Is Jon okay? Y'all tell me, because I don't know. Well, he would rather bleed off screen because he was bleeding juicing on a house show. But nah, not on TV. What is going on? Ricky Starks was interviewed backstage. He says he's sick and tired of this back and forth with him and Juice Robinson. And he's going to end it at Rampage. Cool. Sounds good to me. QT Marshall and his group. And, you know, they're making fun of Ray Phoenix and all that. That's whatever. Okay. Here's my question. This blonde chick. I'm going to study her. I'm going to study her some more. I'm going to study the fact that she has very interesting assets. And I'm talking about her views and opinions and inquiry. The way she happens to present those assets in this QTV segment. So, I'm going to keep following this so I can answer these questions. Let me do some more research and come back to you. For the most part, I'm intrigued. I am definitely intrigued. And if anyone can, fill me in, like, what's her name? And other things, hook a brother up. Y'all can contact me, and I have an email, also on Twitter, just Alex Central, and just let me know what you find. Because it's good to do some research on these talents every once in a while. Everyone talking about some shoot. I don't want to do my research. I want AEW to tell me. Psst. I can do my own research, sir, ma'am. Skye Blue lost to Toni Storm because, the Outcasts continue to whoop that ass. And then afterwards, and Willow Nightingale ran out to make the save. And ladies and gentlemen, we can finally, and I mean finally, talk about the match you have all been waiting for. But first, we're going to do more research. This just in, breaking news. Ultra Shadow has found the name of this lovely blonde, Harley Cameron. Come with me, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do some research here. Come with me to the Twitter. And we're going to find out about this Harley Cameron. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I feel like we're getting somewhere. Interesting. You know what? I'm going to do my private research on this. If you guys don't mind. I find her to be very intriguing. And we'll definitely check her out a little bit more. Study. I'm gonna study them assets. Her assets. What did I say? Anyways, main event of the evening. The match we've all been waiting for. A match that got people's panties in the bunch. Kenny Omega versus El Hijo Del Vikingo. Everybody. El Hijo. Oh yeah. Del Vikingo. In his debut match on AEW Dynamite. My God. I'm going to go back and watch it. Like, before I even turned on this camera, I went back and saw numerous clips of the stunts he did. The Dragon Ranas that El Hijo did on Omega, all of them were clean. The type of style that El Hijo has, naturally so, you would expect him to botch these moves. He didn't botch any of them. All of them he hit crisply. And I like the fact that Kenny slowed down the match to build up to the big spots, allowing him to, get in good position and hit the moves to get the most impact out of him. And in my personal opinion, this was easily one of the best main events that AEW has done, at least for Dynamite. It was outstanding. I already know there are going to be some haters, definitely Jim Cornette, but others, who are going to watch this match and go, ugh. More flippity dippities doodahs. I want selling. I want psychology in my match. Because that is wrestling. Because back in my day. You already know they're going to hate on it. And that's fine. You know what you saw was an outstanding match. The moment you saw El Hijo hit a Dragon Rana off the rope and head scissored Omega to the outside. The moment you saw him do a goddamn running 630 over the top through a table on the outside, you knew what you was watching was next level. They got themselves one of the best luchadors. And I hope AAA is willing to let him come back. They gotta bring him back. Because he has to fight Phoenix. He's gotta fight Sammy Guevara. He's gotta fight Dante Martin. And whoever else wants to have a match with him that we know is gonna be a banger. After banger. After banger. After banger. That was a fucking amazing match. What a match that was. Pay-per-view quality. Quite frankly, we got spoiled tonight. We should have paid for it. Tony gave it to us for free. And I thank him for it. Because damn it, that was great. Holy crap, that was amazing. I cannot believe how good that was. God damn. That match was good. So, Vikingo is signed to AAA, so I do not think they'll be able to sign him. But listen, Tony, pay Conan, whoever runs AAA, pay them whatever amount they want to get him back. Pay him whatever amount you can to get him back so he can come back in and have more bangers like that. Because this was a coming out party for him in America. So many people, who's El Hijo? Who is that? Well, now you know he's one of the best luchadors. And he had one of the best main events on Dynamite against Kenny Omega. So Kenny Omega beats him. And then afterwards, Kenny's attacked by the BCC. What? Did the BCC attack the Young Bucks? What? And then we see Hangman Page show up in an ambulance. He stole an ambulance and enter the ring with a nailed 2x4. It's a 2x4 with nails, and they dipped. Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler dipped. They said, hell no, I ain't bleeding tonight. But then the story, the cliffhanger, is Don Callis trying to grab Page and him just falling down. And we're just like, what was that? And then he reaches over to Kenny. He's like, he hit me. He's like, that son of a bitch hit me. And Kenny's like, why would you do that? What is wrong with you? Then we see Kenny and Hangman show some dissension. And we all thought they were going to be partners again. Well, it's looking like there's some dissension in the ranks. Kenny and Hangman, they have a history. Years of history. And the show ended with a rift between Kenny and Hangman. So now Don Callis is playing a role in the storyline. The storyline got a little bit more interesting. What's going to happen? What is getting ready to happen? Well, this is what I think is going to happen. So this is the part where we have a little fun. I've been thinking about this for a while, and as time goes by, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we are opening the door. We are rolling the red carpet out for a CM Punk return. I think this is it. I think this is the storyline. I know a lot of people have been wondering if CM Punk will come back and work with FTR. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Maybe that'll happen sometime in the future. I think this is the storyline to do it. I think the one who attacked the Young Bucks was not the BCC. I'm going to come out and say it. I think CM Punk did it. I think CM Punk attacked the Young Bucks. With the help of BCC, sure. But no one talked about who attacked them. And I think leaving that door open was done deliberately. I think covering CM Punk's face up was done deliberately. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see the return of CM Punk. I think this is it. Now, could it be someone else? Sure. Could be Bryan Danielson. Could be Jay White. We'll have to see. But I think I have a good feeling. This is the storyline to bring back CM Punk. And we're going to do the BCC and CM Punk versus the Elite. I don't usually speculate about this stuff unless I'm absolutely sure. Do I think I could be wrong? 1,000%. I mean, I predicted that The Rock was going to fight Roman Reigns this year, and I was absolutely wrong. So, I could be wrong about this. But I think it makes the most sense for it to be CM Punk. I think it's Punk. It all makes sense, right? I think it's Punk. And we'll see him very soon. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me here. I'm excited to see what AEW has in store for us. We'll see what the ratings look like. I'm thinking that people are going to shit on this show because of, well, that main event was a match that no one knew about, so I'm pretty sure it does a low rating. I hope it does a big rating. I hope it actually does a good 900,000 or 1 million to shut them up. And if it doesn't, it's still one of the best Dynamite main events of all time, so I don't care. I enjoyed myself, and that's what matters. So what do y'all think? How'd y'all feel about Dynamite tonight? Let's play some super chats, get to the live chat, and get out of here.
Alex TK has been peeping so many of us saying to keep the storylines the focal piece of your programming. I can't wait till next week now.
And we're going to see a lot more storylines coming. So I'm excited to see what he has for us. What y'all got? How y'all feel about the show? I'm very curious to know where your heads are at when it comes to what we saw tonight. Alright, see here. Dynamite match of the year. Vikingo is insane. My first time seeing him in action. This is Ultra Shadow, by the way. Yeah, I see a lot of people saying that on social media, actually. He turned a lot of heads tonight. Vikingo turned a lot of heads tonight. That's for sure. El Hijo Del Vikingo. Every time he comes in, I'm going to do just that. That match was awesome. I agree, Anthony White. This match needs to go back again. We need to run this back again. But add Adam Cole and Jon Moxley. Oh, wow. Fatal 4-way? Alright. Tribal Chief, I thought it was great, gonna be honest, but I've seen a single thing before with Vikingo prior to this. I will look out for him more often now in the future. Oh, he hasn't seen a single thing of him. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure you're gonna watch more of him now, right? Raish Capper, it was a great match. Yes, it was. The Powerbomb Project. El Hijo had quite the one-off appearance. I'm thinking that's not gonna be a one-off. He'll be back. He will be back. I like the long-term booking of Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. Page enthusiasts, I agree with you. Tony, no Goldberg. I agree. No Goldberg. I understand Goldberg is a drawing name to some degree, but there's just too much negativity around Goldberg to bring him in. I agree. Powerbomb Project, 1000%. We don't need him. What would he do in AEW? That's a good question. Is Skye Blue taken? Yes. I think she's dating Dante Martin. Someone can correct me on that. Y'all let me know. Did I see the new Power Rangers trailer of it? The new Power Rangers trailer of the Netflix special? I did. My childhood. Freaking Rita Repulsa's coming back. A robot version of her. Kylo, Omega versus Vikingo. Holy crap, that was cool. I agree. It was amazing. Higurashi, the only way I think it makes sense for him to go to AEW is if he's going there to bury talent and put them over instead. I don't know. Like, he needs to... If he's not going to elevate the show, don't bring him in. Don't do it to Papa rating. Anthony White, exactly. I don't see FTR leaving, especially how the tag team division is with with WWE right now. And on top of that, you got Vince that is in the background lurking. Plus a sale. So, yeah. Who knows what could happen.
Looking forward to the MMPR 30th on April 19th?
Sure. Have you heard that Alexa Bliss is cleared from cancer? Also, Forbidden Door in Toronto is near sold out in 1 hour. Yeah, I did hear that Alexa Bliss was dealing with a cancer scare. I hope she's doing good. Forbidden Door is nearly sold out. It isn't sold out yet. So we'll talk about it when it is sold out. I think they're only like 1,000 seats off from being sold out. They sold like 12K in under an hour. They just need 1,000 more seats. Those will go very quickly, by the way. If you bring in Goldberg, then he's there to lose. Simple as that. I mean, I don't even want to see that. I don't want to see Goldberg come in and lose. I'm over it. Anyone else over it? Because I am. Yeah, studying Harley Cameron. Gonna make that a priority. Harley Cameron. Can Mercedes Moné be the catalyst for a Women's Forbidden Door pay-per-view? Probably. I would expect her to be more of a catalyst for a match against Britt Baker. And hopefully even possibly maybe a blood and guts match. I would love that. Fans wanted Goldberg to pair up with Wardlow. I mean, I guess that would be something if there's a story behind it, or we can create a story behind it, sure. That's intriguing. I'm not against it, but I don't know. You know what, guys? We're going to end it here. Give me your thoughts about El Hijo versus Omega down below in the comments. I enjoyed it. And to me, it's going down in history as one of the best Dynamite mini events. Oh.
Impact X New Japan's MULITVERSE card looks good.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm pretty sure the absence of Will Ospreay was unfortunate, but I hear they got Hiroshi Tanahashi as a replacement, so that's quite a trade-off. So I'm excited to see what they do. But other than that, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you guys had a great day. As you follow out, show all the moderators some love, but also do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Tickets of the Talkers. Give my Instagram some more followers. You could use a little bit more of a kick, if you know what I mean. Also, donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo if you want to support the channel. You guys are awesome. Thank you for continuing to watch me, and I will see you Friday for another live stream, back to WrestleMania mode. But definitely will be up here to continue the discussion of wrestling, no matter where it is and what time of the day. Always know you are welcomed right here in Alyx's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm out.